And welcome back to the program. I am joined now by Nancy Cobb, and we are at St. Martin's in the Pines. And first, welcome to you, Nancy.
Thank you, Nicole.
Of course, you know, it's a big decision for someone to leave their home. Why is it so important to pick the right facility and really go into good living here, opposed to, I guess, living on their own?
Well, there are many advantages. I think the most important advantage would be the social aspect that comes from living in apartments. Oftentimes, the senior is in their home alone, feeling isolated, and living in the apartments affords them the opportunity of having a wide variety of activities, and especially having a meal with their peers. And I think that keeps them very active mentally, and I think it just promotes overall well-being. And we like to say that community care we describe as people taking care of people. And relationships with residents and staff, we believe, help to promote overall well-being.
Well, it's interesting because I was speaking to a lot of the people in the cocktail hour earlier in the lobby, and everybody was so happy. You know, I asked a lot of people, what do you think of this place? Rave reviews, every single one of them. And that was without the camera on. They were just telling me how much they loved it and how they felt it was a family for them, and genuinely happy to be here. And several of them I spoke to voluntarily brought themselves here. So that was very nice.
Right. Often that is the case. I know it's a hard decision to make because you're looking at people who are leaving a lot of memories, a home they have raised their children in. Sometimes it's the only home that they've ever known.
Yeah.
So it takes a big leap of faith, and I appreciate you saying that. And I think, but one of the major reasons, I believe, why they are choosing to come in is usually there's a health situation, sometimes a crisis, and they may fall, they may find themselves in the hospital, and they may come to St. Martin's for rehabilitation. And oftentimes, as an outcome of that rehabilitation, they can go home and they may not.
Now, somebody at home is watching right now, and we all will be in the situation at some point. Are there signs that we should be looking for? How do we know it's time to either bring ourselves here or a loved one?
That's a good question. I think, again, back to the safety feature of the home in which they're living. Sometimes they are not preparing meals adequately. Perhaps medication management becomes an issue. And so when you move into an apartment setting, all of those things are taken care of. You know, the activities, the transportation to physicians, and grocery shopping. And so all of that is included with the apartment living.
And obviously many of the men and women here live independently. But what happens when perhaps somebody can't live independently? What is the next phase?
Well, St. Martin's, we are called a continuum of care.
Okay.
Meaning that the continuum begins with the apartment living and then assisted living. We have an evergreen program, which is for people with cognitive impairment, primarily Alzheimer's disease.
Okay.
You've heard the statistics of how Alzheimer's is just growing by leaps and bounds, and the hardship it puts not only on the resident themselves, but the family and particularly the caregivers. And then we have a skilled care facility plus rehab services. So we have it all on this campus.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about the greenhouse project.
Well, the greenhouses, we're very proud to have introduced it to the state of Alabama. We built our first greenhouse in 2009.
Okay.
And it's a more residentially focused nursing home.
Okay.
It's not the old medical model that people associate sometimes with long-term care.
Okay.
And we have 3 cottages, and we serve 90 residents that are in this is a permanent situation in skilled care.
Okay.
And they have each cottage has its individual floors with 10 elders, residents on every floor. They are in private rooms, and in each of their houses you have kitchens, you have a rehab room, you have beauty shop. So it's truly your own house. And because it's small with only 10 residents, it fosters the relationship building between a resident and the caregivers.
Okay, so bottom line, if you are at home and you're thinking about this for yourself, whether it be independent living or assisted living or full-time care, this is certainly the place to come and check it out. Or maybe if you've got, again, a loved one, a parent that you are working with and you are facing the challenges, they can certainly help you here overcome all of those challenges and make it a very comfortable and delightful life for your loved ones. So come check them out for yourselves. We are again at St. Martin's in the Pines. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. We've got to take a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back.